Don't look at me.
Let's be serious.
As soon as you walk in, it catches your motion.
Leland Klassen's comedy tournament.
Okay.
Leland Klassen's comedy tournament.
I'm sorry. Let's start over.
It's exciting.
And now tonight's designated comedian, Leland Klassen.
Welcome to the comedy tournament. We are excited you're here, and this is going to be an incredible night. I got to tell you a little story. My watch right now says 10:35. My battery ran out. And I just kept it on. It ran out last night, and I just kept it on because I didn't want to lose my watch before I bought a new battery. But this is how stupid I am, okay? All day I've been fooling myself, right? Like it happens once, fine. Like I slept in, I was like, oh, it's 10:35? What? And then I realized, oh, it's right, my watch. I forgot about that. But as the day went on, I kept doing it. We're eating lunch there, and it was a longer lunch we had, and I was like, 10:35? We've been here for 10 hours. And we gotta, oh, seriously, I've done it like 5 or 6 times today. It's ridiculous. And then, to cap it off, this is how you know I'm actually stupid. Somebody was asking me about the watch breaking down last night. They're like, well, when did it happen? And I was like, I don't know. Couldn't give you a precise time on that. Sometime last night. I don't know. All right, we've got an incredibly funny show, but here to introduce our first contestant. Check this out.
From Saskatoon, Saskatchewan comes our first competitor, Joel Jeffrey.
Joel Jeffrey is...
My name is Joel Jeffrey. I'm from Saskatoon.
If I had a big brother that would beat me up all the time, it would be Joel.
People don't quite know what to make of me, so at times they feel uncomfortable and they're not really sure what to do except wince.
I got talking to him, and the next thing you know, it's like, yeah, no, he's a fit for our clean and Christian comedy competition.
I am going to destroy Tammy. No.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Joel Jeffrey.
It's awkward touching hands with another man inside a bag of popcorn. Especially if you don't know that man. And he doesn't know you're eating his popcorn. Thank you. My name is Joel. I'm a Ukrainian. And if you don't know what a Ukrainian is, it's someone who gets hairier every year. I now have hair on my left shoulder. It looks like a teenage boy trying to grow his very first beard. Right over there. It's very nice. But it worries me because now we're looking at my grandparents and we can barely tell them apart. They both just look like Wookiees. You want to find them, they'll be at the next Star Wars convention signing autographs. That's what they're doing now to pay for their retirement since they cut the pension. Well, my brother is now passing on the hairy gene. He's got a couple of kids of his own. And both of them came out of the womb with beards. Which is weird because they're girls. No, actually the oldest one's it's a guy. But it was awkward watching him spank his oldest son after he found the emerald green horsey drawn on his wall in crayon and glitter paint. You know, he just did such a good job parenting. I didn't have the heart to tell him that it was me that drew it. But the whole concept of spanking your kids is pretty weird. Because you know as a parent there's going to be an expiry date on that where it's not going to hurt anymore and it's going to be an awkward talk. And I can tell you how it went exactly with me and my dad. I said, Dad, I'm 27. Why are we doing this? And maybe Walmart isn't the best venue to be spanking me right now? You're making a scene. This is embarrassing. I don't have any kids, but if I ever have a son, I'm going to name him Waldo. That way, when he goes missing, the search for him will be that much more fun. I don't have kids, but I actually wrote a book on parenting. It was 1 page long. It said, run. As a comedian, we're on the road. We don't always have time to get to church on Sunday, but I got to go this past Sunday, and it was quite refreshing. They had the 2 to 4-year-olds come out and sing a song as a choir, and everyone thought they were really cute, but they were off key, so I booed them. I'm not going to lie for you guys in church. That's a sin. You want to get applause? Get better. That's as simple as that. That's how that goes. It's all about doing the right thing. Pastor was preaching on the Garden of Eden. I got to thinking, you know, I'm actually glad we got kicked out of the Garden of Eden, because if we didn't, we'd all be naked right now. And look around you people. He's looking at me. Why are you looking at me? I think that Adam and Eve actually wanted to get kicked out of the Garden of Eden on purpose, if only for the menu. I mean, you know that your food sucks when you get tempted with an apple and it works. I gotta have that apple. And then I like getting into religious debates with people from time to time. You hear people talking about how the flood didn't happen because they can't find Noah's Ark. You know why they can't find Noah's Ark? Because it was made out of wood. My deck was made out of wood. It barely lasted 10 years. It was pressure treated. And then they're saying we should be able to find this thing 6,000 years later? That's ridiculous. They didn't have composite deck boards back then. Come on. Really? I like this venue. It's a nice venue. Good for bands, good for comedy. Hey, if anybody is in a band and you can't afford a smoke machine, you should just hire my girlfriend to cook at your concert. Doesn't matter what she's making. It could be lasagna. It could be apple crumble. We're doing a fire drill. Her, then me, heading single file out of her condo. Actually, we're celebrating an anniversary right away. It's tough to figure out what to do. You know, how am I supposed to plan a romantic evening out when Subway doesn't even take reservations? I know, it's frustrating. Whenever I go to Subway, though, I usually order the shredded iceberg lettuce on my sub, because I just have a feeling my lap is going to be hungry, too. There's all of it on my lap, all over the place. One thing I've learned about women, though, is that they hate it when you play games. They cannot stand it. Like my girlfriend, she walked out on me after I made her watch me play Call of Duty for 5 hours on the Xbox. He's like, let's play split screen. I'm like, maybe when we're married. We'll see about that. She's a really good sport, though. Can we give her a round of applause? And I would get her to stand, but she isn't here because she doesn't actually exist. But it's nice to know that I can get you guys to do whatever I want, so that's good. I'm in the neighborhood for love. I was reading a relationship article that said you should be dating someone that's similar to you, similar traits and qualities, then the two of you will get along. And I'm thinking, that sounds horrible. I don't want to date a girl who's 6'2", 200 pounds, and has a beard on her left shoulder. Because that's too tall. All right, thanks a lot, you guys. You've been great.
Joel Jeffrey. Keep it going for him. Judges, you want to let us know what you think?
Yeah. Man, you had some gems, Joel. Your popcorn line, your opening were very strong and just hilarious. Your girlfriend line, very creative stuff. So you're a good writer. You have a good delivery. But you know, you don't just keep the mic in the stand and free up your other arm because you don't move. So that way you'll at least have two hands. But other than that, good stuff.
Yeah. Bone, what do you think?
Funny dude, funny dude, funny jokes, great writing. The note that I would give you, you have to be careful. You started out very, very likable. You were our best friend. You was the dude we wanted to hang out with. Every lady here, I should introduce him to my daughter. And then you threw your fake girlfriend under the bus. and then you backed up a couple of times. So you kind of got to decide what you gonna do. Do we like you or we tolerate you because you so funny we can't help it? But when you mix them, you kind of like mess us up. Now you got a little boy right here that you have murdered.
Yeah, he's crying. He was
with
crying.
comedy.
Just crying in a good way or a bad way?
Oh, he's in a good way.
All right.
He's back here yelling, "You're killing me! You're killing me!"
Maybe he's a sicko, that kid. Maybe, just kidding, I'm sorry. He doesn't like me now. Darren, what else you got?
Yeah, it was great. It was terrific. I saw you started out a little bit of a different character than you ended up with. Your stage presence was a little more. You're a little more the angry guy. And that, not to say that that's not likable. That's very funny. We're with you. But some jokes you were kind of more happy guy, and then you kind of went back into I would kind of wanted you to stay in that same vein a little bit.
I'm bipolar.
Are you? then I want you to disregard everything I just said.
It's a mental disorder. Thank you for pointing it out in front of everyone. I appreciate that.
Don't hurt me.
Joel Jeffrey, everybody. Keep it going for Joel Jeffrey. We'll be back right after this. Welcome back to the show, everybody. Welcome back. Sometimes people ask me questions. They're like, where do you get your material from? That's a kind of a common question people ask comedians. And I get my comedy basically because I'm an idiot and I do dumb things and I just talk about it later. Honestly, it's the easy example. About 2 months ago, this guy, we were out and about, and he showed me this app on his phone, on his iPhone. It was a very cool app. What it was PhotoSynth. Have you heard of this, PhotoSynth? It takes pictures. You can go take pictures, and then you can put them all together. It's like a panoramic view. It's like full 360 if you want. It goes up. It was the coolest thing. And so I was like, I'm going to download it because it was free, and I'm Mennonite, of course. Of course I'm going to download it. It's free, right? So I was super excited. It's a big file, though, so it was taking a while. So I went into the washroom, and I was in the stall. I put it on the thing while I was downloading, and it finished downloading, and I was too excited to not. So I was like, there I am. There's a guy a couple stalls over, and I'm checking it out, right? And then I'm taking pictures. It was cool. It was mapping it together, and then I realized what it sounded like to him, right? It was like, and then I realized, and I'm like, oh, no, it's a new app. I got a new app. It's a panoramic view. I got a panoramic view in here. Honestly, he actually got up and left. He was just like running out, and I was like, oh, I'm an idiot. And then it was funny, so I started kind of snickering. Another guy came in and sat down, and I was laughing about it. And then I realized how bad that sounded. I'm laughing away. No, there's another guy in here, and I have a new app. And forget it. Just forget it. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, the comedy tournament is two comics going head to head, and we've got the second half of our comedy tournament combat. I call it combat really poorly. I don't know why I said it that way. But ladies and gentlemen, have a look at our next competitor.
Our second competitor is a writer from Ottawa, Ontario, Tammy REALLY.
Tammy REALLY was a late addition to the comedy tournament. Right there. Tammy was on the mini tour and was sick the entire time.
My strengths as a comic would probably be that I have a background in writing comedy, and my weaknesses would probably be that I don't have a background in performing stand-up comedy.
She has the kind of show that I think she's capable of. She's got a shot at surprising some people and pulling off a win or two.
Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to the stage, Tammy REALLY.
Hello, everyone. I'm from Ottawa. Clearly, I'm very excited that the Ottawa Senators have made the playoffs. Actually, I'm not. I'm just really excited that the Maple Leafs did not make the playoffs. And this is just rubbing it in. Not that I don't want the Sens to win. I do. I'm a huge Sens fan. It's just, you know what the Sens usually do when they make the playoffs, right? Nothing. So like I said, I'm from Ottawa, but I was actually born in Saskatchewan, and I grew up in Sudbury, Ontario, home of the Big Nickel. I lived in Toronto for 2 years as well. I really try to stay true to my heritage. So every morning, I'll have a bowl of shredded wheat with a Big Nickel spoon while I read the Ottawa Citizen newspaper. You might be wondering where Toronto fits in that scenario. I haven't lost them. One morning a week, I go out into my driveway, I sit in my car, and I honk that horn like a crazy woman. Consequently, that is the quickest way to find out your neighbor's heritages. Despite the fact that the two official languages of Ottawa are English and French, when your neighbors are mad at you, they always scream unintelligibly in their mother tongue. But at least the hand gestures don't get lost in translation. So I love online shopping. And I think that it's the quickest way to meet psychos. Craigslist and Kijiji. Some people are crazier than others. One of the craziest ads I've seen is when a couple's going through a really bad breakup and they post each other up for sale on Craigslist. You seen those? I actually pulled one such ad off of Craigslist. A husband posted his wife for sale online. Lots to love. Should have lots of energy as she's never worked a day in her life. Below average intelligence, however, is a soap opera trivia buff. Would excel in a management position, requiring her to tell others what they're doing wrong and how stupid they are. She likes to try new things like nose jobs, facelifts, and liposuction. The price is negotiable and includes 3 dogs, 2 cars, and a mountain of criticism. Dogs, $1,000. Cars, $50,000. Getting her out of my life, priceless. I just want to find out why men think farts are funny. Why do you guys love farts so very much? Just the word fart is a little rude, don't you think? And it was a gentleman who said no. Well, I had all the men in my family come up with a few different polite ways to say that word. Code words, if you will. And I had them make a list, and this is what they gave me. Letting Fluffy off the leash. Tunnel trumpeting. Butt babble. Bottom belch. Butt thunder. Elevator evacuation. Tuba tuning. Biological warfare. Waiting to exhale. Thunder from down under. And floating an air biscuit. There's one thing I want to let the guys know. You don't say, "Excuse me," after you let Fluffy off the leash. No, you don't. You say it before, okay? You don't wait for us to smell it.
I agree.
At all. Okay, the whole point in saying, "Excuse me," is not to be polite. It's to give us women a chance to run for our lives. What is the point in saying, "Excuse me," after you've gassed us, we're lying on the floor unconscious, twitching like we've been tasered? And I really want to know why you guys insist on warming the bench while we're trapped in the car next to you. We've nowhere to go. That is assault with a deadly weapon. All we ask, if you can't clench and you're not able to pull over to the side of the road and release the foul hounds of Baskerville there, that you let us know it's coming down the pipe in time for us to open our door and jump and roll. or in time for us to open your door and push you out into oncoming traffic. Like, I'm really sorry. That's cruel, but you will learn your lesson. Speaking of learning lessons, I did also pull off the ad that the wife posted in response to her husband listing her for sale online. She listed her husband for sale online on Craigslist in the auto section. For sale, 1968 husband smug line, BO model. Possible gas tank leak as it guzzles more fuel than any other model its age. AC needs fixing, blows hot air non-stop. Extremely loud, in desperate need of a muffler. Wires are crossed, always goes the opposite direction I steer it. Likely needs a new alternator, as it always shuts down when encountering bumpy terrain. In dire need of a GPS, but rejects all directional assistance. Will not pass emissions tests due to toxic clouds of gas excreted day and night. Rear end needs work. A crack is visible at all times. Thank you very much.
Tammy Neely, everybody, Tammy Neely. Judges, what do you got for us?
Well, Tammy, I think you've been on some bad dates, according to your... Hey, you know, here's what I'm going to say. You obviously write, because I can hear that in your delivery, because your delivery it doesn't sound as natural yet. That'll come with time, and right now your delivery sounds like you've memorized it and you've written it down, but you know, you're writing, and a lot of comics don't even write their stuff down, so that's good. Now the car idea that you had, like, you know, my suggestion would be don't you read a lot of stuff to us. Don't read to the audience, because you lose eye contact with us, you're not connecting with us when you're reading. But the idea of the car thing is really good. Like, because the writing that you did for the ads and the wherever you were selling them, I forget where you were selling, but the car idea is a good idea. Personalize it, though. Just take it and, like, maybe I don't know if you're married or dating someone, but whatever your relationship, you can put it in the context of you and your boyfriend or your husband, where you're like a car. Or if you were a car, you'd be this kind of car, and make it more of an argument back and forth, because you've got a strong closing line with it, but just make it more like it's off the top of your head. It's an argument back and forth, personalize a little more, and the writing and the delivery will come with time as you perform more.
Thank you.
What's really interesting was your best bit was about the dude's fart. But this is why it was your best bit, because you were into it. You wasn't trying to think or figure out what you were finna talk about. It came from the heart.
She's into farts.
And that's really a lot of comedy, is if it's coming from the heart, coming from a place that you feel something about, it just flows. And so...
Is that an Arabic?
From the heart. Flows from the heart.
It just flows.
I heart farts. That can be your first comedy album.
Go scrap, though. I can't even...
You've made me so introspective, Tammy, because you mentioned I love fart jokes, and I don't know why. But I thought,
me and Thor know why.
It's amazing.
Did he let Fluffy off the leash, did he?
Darren farts from the heart.
You're very likable. I would stay away, like Thor said, I would stay away from props, not because some people use props in a real, the prop is the punchline. So like da-da-da-da-da, punchline, that's the prop. You're using it as sort of a layer of interest, and I think you're so interesting, the props take away from you. People want to watch you and they want to know what you think. And so I would memorize what's on the cards, and I would get rid of the props. And secondly, what what Bones said about you getting into it, you were angry about how guys apart around people, and it shows, and people ride with you on that anger wave. Take every bit you have, take the emotion behind it, and use that to propel you on stage. And I think what you're going to find is your audience is going to keep going with you. So great starts to stuff. I think you've got a future in this.
Yeah, like you're preparing an anti-fart rally or something. Like that can be the impetus for the
I'm embarrassed to be a man now, and I think you've done a very good job of that. So.
Thank you very much. Tammy REALLY, everybody. Tammy REALLY. Welcome back to the comedy tournament, everybody. We've had Joel Jeffrey. Give him a round of applause. We've had Tammy REALLY. Judges, you want to let us know who's moving on and who's done for the tournament?
We have decided.
And we believe the winner is
Joel Jeffrey.
Congratulations, Joel. You're moving on. Thank you so much, Tammy. You did a great job. We'll see you guys next time on the comedy tournament. You'll see a whole bunch more of this.
Next time on Leland Klassen's Comedy Tournament, we begin round 2 with Daniel Woodrow and Will Twinstra. See you then.
It's a lot of fun. These are some weird people on this tour. They creep me out.
I feel good. I'm just happy that I came here and had this adventure. I had a lot of fun and met a lot of great people.
We'll keep in touch through Facebook.